Okay, so we just finished up our previous one. We just received our coffee grinder and a coffee brewer, and we placed it in the miscellaneous suspense. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what happened next. So, what do we have here? On June 10th. What happened here?
I think you got another invoice for delivery. Looks like.
Perfect. So here we actually get this the shipping or the delivery completely separate from the actual company because they are overseas. So, or not overseas, sorry, out of state. So here now they're shipping it to us because we are located in Vegas. So now we're buying it and having it shipped in from San Francisco. So let's see what we have to do here. So here it shows that we got charged shipping and handling for $350. Now, just assuming that 50%, again, we're waiting that the grinder and the brewer are both going to be heavy. So we're going to assume that the if we were to distribute the freight or whatever this extra shipping cost is, it's going to be for the amount of 50-50 each, or 50% each. Okay, but in this case, where do we place our equipment? Where is my coffee brewer and coffee grinder right now?
Miscellaneous suspense.
Miscellaneous suspense. So therefore, we're going to dump this also in there because right now these are attached, or things that belong with the freight is going to be attached to those equipment that we just bought. So right now they're currently in the miscellaneous suspense. So therefore, we're going to place it into the miscellaneous suspense as well. Okay. So here we are in my journal. And of course, this is what kind, what are my terms here? COD. So what does that mean? That means we have to pay cash on delivery. So in this case, we got to write a check out for the $350 for the freight on these items. So here you go. Again, we know exactly where our items are. We're going to place this in miscellaneous suspense. All right. And we're writing a check because it is COD. Okay. So again, my account for miscellaneous suspense is $19,990, and my checking account is $10,100, and they're both for the value of $350. Okay. And I think there's one more thing we forgot to do. We forgot to do the purchase order. So I'm going to go real quick over to the purchase orders because we did receive our coffee brewer and our coffee grinder. It was for the invoice 351. Okay. Oh. Yes. For the coffee brewer and coffee grinder. All right, now we got to go to our checking, right? Because now we wrote a check, so we need to make sure that we get the check number. So here we got check number 1511, and it's for the amount of $350. And who am I writing this check out to?
Valley Delivery Services.
Valley Delivery Services, yes. Valley Delivery Services. Good. So now that I have my check written, I'm going to go ahead and place the information here. So this is to Valley Delivery Services. Okay. Which we have an invoice number. 301, and we wrote a check to them check number 1511. Okay, and this is to pay for the shipping on these items. 1512.
Yeah, it says 1512.
It's 1511.
I have it in my. Then what was 1511?
We didn't have a 1511 yet.
Because in my books, or my whatchamacallit, my scenario, it says 1511.
Yeah.
In the scenario that's uploaded, it says 1512 though.
Okay. All right. Then that is weird. Okay. Make sure it's 1511 because here it's I have it as 1511. So I'll go ahead and update that. It should be 1511. Okay. So not 1512. So okay. So I have 1511 for $350. Okay. And now we go to the ledger. Okay. So the ledger, we're going to go all the way down to miscellaneous suspense, which is all the way down at the bottom of our page. Here we are, miscellaneous suspense. Date, we're still on June 10th. And the notes or items here is going to be in invoice number 301, shipping for brewer and grinder. Alright. General, we're still on general journal number 3. We should be reaching the very bottom of it. Yes, we are. So general journal 3, and we are increasing it by $350. So therefore, my balance in the miscellaneous suspense is now going to be $4,156.02. All right. I'm going to format this real quick. Excuse me. All right. Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so now we're at here. We got 4156.02, and we're gonna go up to our checking account to go ahead and edit our checking. So here we are, checking. Okay, so again, 610, check number 1511. Right? General journal. Excuse me. General journal number 3 once again, and we wrote a check out for $350, which should decrease our account to be now $5,752.42. Okay. And because we dealt with the delivery person, right, just in case we need to tell them to either return the items for us or etc., etc., let's go ahead and update our subsidiary ledger. So they're going to be all the way at the very bottom. Valerie Delivery Services right here. So again, 610, right? We're going to label in the notes that this was shipping. The coffee brewer and grinder. Okay. Invoice number 301. Reference number, still general journal number 3. No terms were given, right? Because it was COD. So in this case, I'm going to write COD. COD. Alright, so therefore, the due date that are going to be same day. So again, the invoice number, invoice amount is going to be for $350, and the accounts payable, once again, the formula is invoice minus prepaid minus returns minus discounts minus any payments. So in this case, I made a payment because I wrote a check, which I didn't write in there, so $350. Okay, so here I also wrote a check number 1511, right? And here it is for $350. So therefore, I owe Valley Delivery Services nothing. All right, and this one, the formula is not there, but I will go ahead and enter that in real quick. So here you go. It should be equal sum. Pretty standard, straightforward Excel simple things. So you're going to click and highlight and enter. So I owe nothing to Valley Delivery Services. Okay. So now that I've completed the subsidiary ledger, right? Nothing else that I have left to do. Okay. So then what has happened here? Yes. Now I'm actually going to remove the coffee brewer because in this case I don't have anything additional that I need to place into service. It's already done, right? It's already ready to go. Only the grinder has the foundation and the electrical work that needs to be done. So in this case, my coffee brewer, right, is ready for service. So I can go ahead and move that amount out from the miscellaneous suspense account and move it right into its in its actual respective account. So in this case, right, we have to actually calculate everything, right? We got to calculate the tax and split the amount of shipping to designate to that particular item. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's see. So we know for a fact that there is an account for coffee brewer, right? What account number is that?
15010.
15010. So I'm going to go ahead and put the date here again, June 10. We're going to move the coffee grinder, coffee brewer, right? We're going to move that right out of miscellaneous suspense. So therefore, we're going to debit our coffee brewer because we're acquiring it, right? We received it. And we're moving it out of miscellaneous suspense. So we're going to take it away from miscellaneous suspense. Miscellaneous suspense. Okay? So as you said right there, it was 15010.
Yeah.
Okay?
15010.
And then we have miscellaneous suspense as 1990. Alright? And then again, we're going to go ahead and calculate how much each item was, the coffee brewer was for. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look up at the invoices above, right? How much was the original coffee brewer? No. The coffee brewer, just the brewer itself.
2266.
$22.66, okay? All right? And then, of course, we're going to get taxed on that. So what is the tax on that 22.66? 22.66 times the tax. Okay, so include that into the original price, and what do you get? $24.52.95. Okay, so that was just the tax. Now we have to also calculate how much shipping is going to be distributed. So like I've mentioned before, the shipping here, we're going to assume that the coffee brewer and the coffee grinder are both the same weight. So in this case, I'm going to divide the $350 into 2. So how much am I actually going to be placing the shipping cost on the actual brewer?
175.
175. So what is $24.52.95 plus the 175?
26.27.95.
26.27.95. So that's how much the coffee brewer is. And I'm going to take that direct amount right out of miscellaneous suspense. And here, my note's pretty straightforward, right? Move coffee brewer to its account. Okay? All right? So now that I've calculated everything, that means whatever's going to be remaining in my miscellaneous expense is going to be the total amount that I have for my coffee grinder, right? Plus, I have to also know that I have foundations to be installed, right? I have the electrical work that needs to be installed, okay? So right now, my coffee grinder is still in miscellaneous expense because there's work that needs to be done before it can be ready for service. All right, so right now, I'm going to go ahead and go into my ledger, and I'm going to go ahead and find my coffee brewer account. All right, so here's my coffee brewer. So in this case, I'm going to name this one coffee brewer number 2. All right, so you know what came first and what came after. Okay, coffee brewer number 2. All right, general journal number 3 now. Okay, and it said, and we increased the coffee brewer's account by $2,627.95. All right. So therefore, in this case, I have to enter in the formula because this is taking it from the first one, right? So you're gonna go up 1, okay, plus any debits minus any credits to get me a grand total of $4,527.95 worth of coffee brewer. So again, I have a total of 2. Okay. And that's my current balance in the overall coffee brewer's account. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and go back down here to miscellaneous expense, and I'm going to take that coffee brewer out. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and write 610, and I'm going to go ahead and write remove coffee brewer. All right, you can even write brewer number 2. Okay. General journal number 3. At this time, I would be crediting my account for the $26.27.95, and therefore it should bring my account down to $1,528.07. So that's how much the grinder is as of right now before any additional things that you need to plug into it. So right now I took out 26, 27.95 to get me a grand total of 15, 20, 807 left in my miscellaneous expense. Okay. Now, question to you. Do I need to go to my subsidiary ledger?
No,
No. Why?
we're not dealing with another person.
We're not. Perfect. We're not dealing with anybody. This is going to be an internal transaction. So therefore, it only affects the books itself or the company itself. So in this case, I'm affecting only our accounts. All right? Nobody is involved for this transaction. Good. All right? Okay. So now that we have that, our ledger is done. Our general journal. Okay, so here there's no way that a transaction can be placed in here. Okay, so therefore I don't have to draw any line or anything here. All right, so you can go ahead and just move on to the next one. So now we're going to be on general journal number 4. Okay, and let's go ahead and proceed to the next scenario. So now that we got the coffee brewer out, so what happened next?
We hired the remodeling company for the foundation.
Okay. Do we need to journalize this?
No, not just for us hiring them.
Yes, we're just hiring them. No bill has been sent to us or anything, so we can go ahead and next. But remember, make sure you keep this in mind. We hired LV Remodeling before to do the remodeling of our in-store interior design for the store. Now this time we're actually hiring LV Remodeling once again to complete what? We're going to complete the reinforcement for the foundation for the coffee grinder. Okay? So make sure that you're aware of this, okay? Because that once we receive a bill from them for the particular foundation, right? We're going to have to think where we're going to place it now. All right? So then what has happened next? Yes, we did. For what? What are we getting billed for? Good. We're getting billed for the remodeling of the store. Okay, so again, remember what I've mentioned before, right? So in this case, it is now June 11th. We're on a new date now. And this time, because I had them as a subcontractor expense, I'm going to place them under subcontractor expense. Okay, because again, they're a third-party vendor. All they did was they helped, design the coffee shop itself. So now that they've completed the job and they've billed us, so let's go ahead and enter this information in. So first things first is the date. So it's June 11th. Okay. So first thing is we're going to recognize a subcontractor expense. So what account number is subcontractor expense? 60510. Okay, just give me 1 second. So this is subcontractor expense, and it is for the 60510. Okay, and then second thing is, did we pay now? No. I'm sorry, go ahead. What was that? It's due in 4 days. So in this case, no, we didn't make any payment to them, so therefore we're going to owe them on an accounts payable account. Okay? And accounts payable is again $20,000. All right. And then lastly, for what amount did they bill us for?
1890.
1890. There you go. All right. Of course, we have all the information that we have here, right? We know exactly who. So this is LV Remodeling. All right. We have the invoice. What's the invoice number on this one?
1754.
1754. All right. And we have terms, right? It's due in 4 days, so net 4. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and update our ledger. Okay. First things first is we're going to find or locate our expenses. So this is going to be under labor expenses. Okay. So you have the main account as labor expense, and then it's broken down to sub-accounts such as temporary and subcontractor expense. So in this case, this is a subcontractor expense for the 11th of June. All right. In this case, you could place whatever information here. So you could say the vendor, which is LV Remodeling. Right, invoice number 1754. 1754. All right. Post reference is now General Journal number 4. And we increased it by 1890. All right, because it's our first one. Therefore, 1890 is our total account balance. All right, I'm going to format that real quick. Okay, 1890. All right, then now we have to go to our accounts payable because we owe the amount to LV Remodeling. We didn't pay them yet, so let's go ahead and fill this in. Date is June 11th. Again, invoice number 1754, and we have General Journal number 4, and we are increasing the amount that we owe by 1890. Therefore, our account balance is now $14,403.39. So once again, we're just keeping increasing our amounts right now to even, yes, we owe even more money. All right. Last thing that we got to do now is we got to go ahead and update our LV Remodeling window here. So let's go to vendors and look up LV Remodeling. LV Remodeling Company. Here we are. All right, so date is June 11th, and then notes here is this is for interior design. Okay. Other invoice is 1754. Post reference once again is General Journal number 4, and terms. Terms was net 4. All right, so no discount. However, when is this bill due?
4 days.
So what's the actual date?
15th.
Yes, the 15th of June. All right, and the invoice amount is going to be for $1890. All right, we made no payments to it, so therefore it should be invoice minus prepaid minus returns minus discounts. I think I hit the wrong one. So minus discounts minus payments and enter in. So I owe a total of $1892 LV Remodeling. Right? Good. Now we are done with that transaction. Okay. All right. So what happened next? Okay. So we have a new entry that we need to journalize. I'm sorry. We actually hired a new person. All right. They're gonna help us out with the store, and here are their given things that you need to know. Right. We're hiring her as a full-time worker. She's an hourly wage. Okay. So we're paying her only $8.50 per hour. All right. So again, of course, this isn't updated to the newer stuff. So in this case, that's below minimum wage. But for this example, we're just going to leave it as is, right? She's going to get paid $8.50 per hour, okay? With no extra benefits. That means no sick pay, no 401k plan, just because we can't afford that right now. We can only afford one thing, and that is to just pay her, all right, to work, all right? No benefits, because we look at how much we owe right now. We owe $14,000, and we are down to $7,000. Do you think can we afford to even have benefits and provide benefits for our employees? As of right now, you can't, all right? You shouldn't, right? And then, of course, she's full time, so she's able to do 40 hours per week, and she said that she's gonna work from Fridays through Tuesdays. So that means she gets to take a break on Wednesday and Thursday. Okay? So it's a little different. However, with that being said, the week that she's going to start off is going to be on the 14th of June. Alright? So again, she's going to work to help us set up the store. But then once we actually open up her store, that's when she's going to continue to accrue her hours. So with that, again, the payroll period is bi-weekly. So if you look at your calendar, once again, you're going to see that Irene is going to start on the 14th. And then let's look at this carefully. So on my calendar, I've also listed when the payroll period is going to be paid on. It's going to be paid on the 14th, and it's going to be paid on the 28th. So in this case, she's going to start work on the day we actually start paying our employees. So in that case, if that's being said, that means she's going to start accruing her hours here, but she's going to miss that pay period. Okay? So again, I put the pay period is going to start on the 14th. That means the next time she's going to get paid is going to be on the 28th, right? 2 weeks out. Okay? And we'll get to take a look at all that information. Now, where can we put all this information? Can we journalize this transaction?
No.
No. Right?
In the subsidiary accounts, maybe?
Yes. Because what else does your subsidiary list include?
Employees.
It includes your people as well, such as your employees. So I hit the wrong one. Subsidiary. So here we are, employees. So again, let's fill out this chart. When is the pay date? Okay, so again, she's going to get paid on the 28th because she's going to miss the 14th. So in this case, I'm going to place June 28th. All right. What is her first name? Irene. What is her last name? Jameson. All right. What is her pay rate? $8.50. All right. Of course, she didn't do her timesheet just yet. So excuse me. With that being said, therefore, I'm done with this section right here, right? Because if I move on forth, right, how many hours did she make? What's her gross pay? So we won't conduct this until a couple weeks from now, right? Because that's going to be considered week 4, since it's the 28th. So in this case, that's all we need to place here, right? I'll provide all the information afterwards in regards to what she is subject for, okay? So in this case, we have June 28th is when we pay her. It's Irene Jameson, and she's getting paid $8.50 per hour, okay? Oh, hit the wrong one. Okay, so now let's go ahead and continue on forth. Okay, so we go back to my general journal. Here we are. So now that we have Irene in our system, what happened next?
Hire Albert Allen,
Okay, as what?
sales representative.
Okay, so what else is going to be in there?
And so commission based at 10%.
Good. That means he's going to be paid based on commissions of 10% of total sales. So in this case, he's going to be responsible for reaching out to other companies and gaining gaining more popularity to our store, right? Getting customers who want to buy our coffee. Now this is something that I will tell you now, but you will find out next week or whenever we dive into the 3rd week, that we are part in store. We sell to the public, but we also sell as a wholesaler too. We sell the coffee in pounds as well to our other customers. So we're a part retail / wholesaler. All right. So in this case, I'm gonna hire Albert as a 1099 worker to be our sales representative, and he's going to be in charge of all the people that he tries to make contact with to try to get our wholesaling part of the business to do well. So with that being said, that means I said, hey, you know what, Albert, I'll let you pocket 10% of every sales that you make, total sales. All right. And then, of course, no benefits are going to be deducted from commissions checks. But in this case, I do not offer any benefits because he's a 1099 worker. Okay? And then we're going to have him to start work on the 17th of June, which is the day that we open. All right? And again, payday is the same day as the payroll period. So that means I'm going to pay him the same time I pay Miss Irene Jameson. So every 2 weeks I'll pay him, and he's starting on the 17th. So he's gonna get his paycheck is going to be based off of the commissions that he makes. All right, not on the hours that he works. It's basically he can come into the office anytime as long as he makes those sales. He's gonna make money. The more sales he makes, the more money he makes. The less sales he makes, the less money he'll make. Okay, so that's the agreement that we have with this person here. So, even though he's not considered an employee, he's still a person that we pay. Okay? Because they're still a 1099 worker to us. So, where am I going to place this information? Do I need to journalize it? Subsidiary ledger. Okay, good. So, no, we don't need to journalize it. What we do need to place it into our subsidiary ledger. So if you come back to the subsidiary ledger, I did split this one up so that you have a separate commissions expense window. All right. Again, bi-weekly, the person that we're going to say here is going to be Albert Allen. All right. There you go. he hasn't started until the 17th of June. So right now he has not incurred anything. So again, how it's gonna work is that the date that he gets it, we're gonna do a purchase order. Then we're gonna invoice him, and then we're going to do a sales amount, and we're gonna do 10% of that sales amount, and he's going to we're going to calculate his total commissions off of that. So that's a little thing there for you. Okay. So there you go. Now that we have Albert in our books here, let's go ahead and take a look at the next scenario. Okay, so here we're still at our general journal. Okay, and what has happened next?
We paid on June 12th for advertisement in the newspaper.
Ooh, okay, so here we're trying to promote our store. Okay, so we decided to run our ad, or actually, no, in this case, we're gonna pay $85 for a half a page. Yeah, so we're gonna run our ad into the newspaper, right? So, yes, since it's going to be costing me $85 to run the ad in the Las Vegas Register Journal. So therefore, and we're gonna pay. How are we gonna pay this?
On a Visa.
We're using our credit card for the first time. Okay, so now let's go ahead and journalize this. We're buying advertising, aren't we? So therefore, we're creating an advertising expense on June 12th. So of course, advertising expense. What account number is advertising expense? It's advertising expense for $60,000. Okay. What about our business Visa credit card? What is that? What is that under in our chart of accounts? Oh, the liability is up here. What is our Visa credit card going to be?
Visa payable is $22,000.
Visa payable for $22,000. So again, because it's a liability, you're gonna credit the account Visa payable for $22,000. All right. I'm sorry. 22,000 is the account number, and how much are we charging? $85. Yes, $85. Okay. And again, once again, we have all the information here, right? We have that we're doing this to the Las Vegas Register Journal. All right. And yeah, there's nothing else that you would really put in here, right? No invoice date. You can say details like you ordered half a page newspaper ad. Okay, there you go. Newspaper ad, that's what the advertising expense is for. So there you go. All right. Nothing else is going to be affected, right? No purchase orders, no deposits, no check I written, right? Because I charged it on my credit card. So let's go ahead and take a look at our ledger. So again, advertising expense is going to be an operating expense, right? Should be the very first thing that you see. Boom, advertising expense. So this is for the 12th of June. Again, I'm going to place 1/2 page newspaper ad. All right. Post reference is now General Journal number 4. And we debited the amount by 85. Again, once again, it's the top of the line, or the first entry that we have here. So therefore, my account balance is for 85. All right. Boom. Now, next is going to be my Visa account, which is going to be a liability. So this is the first time we're charging our liability account under Visa Payable. So here we are, Visa Payable, right underneath the 12th. Here I'm just going to write advertising expense. Okay, you don't need to be specific unless you want to type in newspaper ad, whatever you want to put in here. I'm just going to put advertising expense. It's pretty straightforward, right? So General Journal number 4. And we're crediting it for $85. And because it's our first transaction, it's going to be for $85. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight all of this. And I'm going to format this real quick. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and go to my subsidiary ledger. Since I finished my journal, I finished my general ledger, so I'm going to go ahead and update my subsidiary ledger. So here I'm going to go straight to my vendors, and I'm going to locate my LVRJ. Okay, LVRJ. Okay, I have LV remodeling right here, and right underneath it is landlords. Here you go, Las Vegas RJ. So again, the 12th. And what did you order? You order half a page newspaper ad. Okay. And I'm going to also indicate that I paid by Visa. Right? Invoice, there was no invoice number. Post reference, once again, is General Journal number 4. Of course, there's no terms because I paid right then and there with a business credit card. So the amount that I paid was $85. And because if you think about it, you're using a Visa credit card. So essentially, you are making the payment to them. All right? Because at the end of the day, who do you owe? You owe the credit card company. So again, we're going to do the formula once again. It's going to be invoice minus prepaid, minus any returns, minus any discounts, minus any payments. In this case, I owe this company $0. Okay? Now let's go ahead and roll down and scroll down until you find the National Bank Visa Gold Credit Card. National Bank Visa Gold Credit Card. Do we need to update this particular section? Do I need to update this section right here?
You say no, we haven't gotten a bill yet?
No, we haven't received the bill yet. That is correct. Right now, we only have an account balance of $85, right? So that means it doesn't stop there. We're still going to make more and more credit card transactions. So in this case, we don't need to place anything in here. However, just a little note in case you forgot, at least the thing that you can do is you could say that you're going to be charged interest, just so that you're aware. Interest is 18% APR. Okay. All right. Just so that I know when I get my bill, I don't get an unexpected notification that I got it charged interest by this much. At least I know. Right? All right. So now that is done. So now, what has happened next? Okay, so we ordered another 2,000 flyers, okay, to pass around the neighborhood or, to have some at the store, whatever you want to do, right? and they cost us 5 cents each. From City Printers. So we bought them from City Printers, and they require a 50% down payment, all right, just to lock in their orders. So if you ever dealt with a printer company before, that's usually their minimum, because they don't want to print out a whole bunch of projects and turn around for you to not show up and have them out on the ink and the paper that they printed on. So they require a 50% down payment. However, the full amount, right? Let's calculate. What is 2,000 times 5 cents? What's your total amount that you're supposed to be owing? You owe them $100. However, you're only paying half for now. And then when you come pick it up, that's when you pay the other half. So in this case, let's go ahead and pay that first $50. And we're paying it based off of, again, we're making it as if it's a voucher. We're not actually paying towards the advertising expense because we haven't received it yet. We don't have the items yet. We're just pre-ordering. Okay? So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and purchase another voucher. All right? But I'm using my Visa credit card to pay for it. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. We're going to go ahead and debit my prepaid accounts. Okay, so prepaid accounts. And I'm going to go ahead and credit my Visa credit card because I use my Visa credit card to pay. Okay, so what is my prepaid accounts account number? 18600. And what's my Visa payable? Good. All right, and how much am I charging my credit card for? $50. Good. Right? $50. And I'm also going to make a note here since I have everything I need, right? Nothing else is affected. I'm going to go ahead and place it right here that this is, the vendor is going to be City Printers. City Printers. Bless you. No worries. City Printers. For 2,000 flyers at 5 cents each, 50% down. All right, and yes, there you go. So when I pick it up, I only have to pay the remaining $50 for the advertising, right? For it to pick up the flyers. So in this case, I'm purchasing the voucher one more time. I'm making a deposit or a down payment, right? I don't have the flyers yet, so I'm not going to utilize a advertising expense. I'm going to keep it as a prepaid account. Okay? So once I've entered that in there, let's update our ledger. Okay? So I have another prepaid account. So I'm going to go to assets. And I think I'm going to go, so I'm already at the bottom. So I'm going to scroll all the way up until I find my prepaid accounts. All right, so 612. All right, 50%. Oh, come on. 50% down. Okay, add flyers. Okay, general journal number 4. All right, and this is a prepaid account for $50. So therefore, my account has increased by $50. So 6704.17. And I'm also going to update my Visa credit card. So this time, I'm going to go ahead and enter in 612. right? And let me see. It is going to be 50% on 2,000 flyers at 0.05 cents. So general journal number 4. And once again, I've charged my card for $50. So therefore, this is what my new formula is going to be. So this is on the credit side. We're going to, on the credit side, we're going to go up 1 to get our previous balance. We're going to add any credits, and we're going to subtract any debits to give us our new balance. Okay, so once again, it's going to be up 1, left 2, and then left 3, minus left 3. All right, so once again, you're going to go previous 1, plus any credits, subtract any debits to get you a grand total of 135. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep that there because I want to make sure I keep testing you guys. So there you go. 135 should be my account balance in that credit card. All right. Last but not least, we are going to go to our subsidiary ledger because now we involved with another entity. We involved with city printers. Here we are, city printers. Date is once again June 12th. Okay. And again in the notes, you can write 2,000 flyers at 5 cents. Okay. Each 50% down, and you use the Visa credit card to pay. So in this case, there is no invoice. Post reference once again is general journal number 4. No terms, no discount date, and no due date because we haven't even received the advertising, nor did we receive the invoice number. However, again, because we're treating it as like a bill that we paid, right? And the next time we receive the items, we're gonna use the prepaid accounts afterwards. But for now, we're gonna say as if we made a payment, or the bill was $50 and we made a payment to it. All right. So once again, the formula is the invoice minus the prepaid minus returns minus discounts minus payment. And I owe city printers nothing. Okay. So let me go ahead and format that real quick. Okay. So right now I owe them nothing. I charged it on my Visa credit card. Okay. Is everyone good with me so far? Okay.
Yep, no questions.
All right. So it is now 11:30. So as I've mentioned before, we're gonna stop here and we'll continue on everything with the next section, because the next section is gonna take a while because I'm gonna introduce you to the this section of the inventory. So I'm going to save this for tomorrow because it's, like I said, once again, it does take a long time. So any other extra questions in regards to where we are? We're going to stop here before this right here. Any questions?
No questions.